The chairman of the convention walked off the stage and left it completely unattended for like 5 or 10 minutes. Never seen anything like that in my entire life. This is a very simple, standard garden variety procedural mechanism that we were employing to ask for a roll call vote. It certainly isn't a good reason for the chair to abandon the podium for 10 minutes.
Here we've got RNC trampling their own grassroots delegates. They rolled through. They cheated. I mean, that's what you just saw. You saw them violate their own rules. And if the rules don't matter, I'm not quite sure why we spend all this time writing.
Well, you heard accusations of cheating. One of the delegates from New Hampshire slammed his party leaders and called them fascists. This is day one, folks. So, what happens next? Our team is all over this brawl right now. Jacob Soboroff and Leanne Caldwell have been all over this rules fight for weeks. Kelly O'Donnell's also live on the floor. I got Ben Ginsberg, our expert on these rules, former Republican National Committee General.
What's up to the show? What's up to the channel? What's up to my motherfucking bedroom? Get your Dutchess, get your cigarettes, get your tobacco, get your coffee, get your soda, get your tea, get your lemonade, get your smart water, get your Gatorade. Cause you know what? It's gonna start popping tonight, cause these motherfuckers already started off with cheating, as you just seen. And we're going to continue this coverage by going through every channel. Hopefully everybody knows that already. And, oh yeah, I'm not getting paid for this. So subscribe. Yeah, if you're listening to this video, if you hear my voice right now, go to the bottom, scroll down, minimize the video screen, go to the left-hand corner, hit subscribe. That easy. I'm not even getting paid for this. It's just to put out the freedom, man. People have to know what's going on out there in the world. And I'm doing it for free. Unlike New York Times, MSNBC, Fox, CBS, NBC, you know, come on, hit that subscribe button. There's 380 million people in this world. I should have over 50,000 subscribers. Come on.
Names out, and that there was some confusion in those delegations. They didn't know what they were signing on to. Is that true?
Oh, that's not true. All of our people were obviously educated about what it was. Rule 39 was the asking for a roll call vote. That's not confusing to be asking for a roll call vote. There's nothing complicated about saying we want the votes to be counted. I think I could tell a third grader that this is about making sure your vote is counted, and they would understand it's about making sure their vote is counted.
So now, Kendall, we've moved on. We're in this pause before the primetime late night programming. The question now is, what do you guys do next? Are you going to try to get a new vice presidential selection in there? Chris Matthews, just on air earlier, was saying with Mike Pence, perhaps that's not going to happen. Maybe folks like yourself are happy with Mike Pence as the vice presidential nominee.
Well, obviously, remember that decision still rests with the delegates, because that's going to be up to them. I mean, I'm not leading any movement to try and do anything about the vice presidential candidate, because actually Mike Pence is a good conservative and he's actually a Republican. But that said, my organization is still about denying Donald Trump the threshold and the delegates that he needs. So this action that you saw here on the floor does not bode well for wanting to have unity in the party and calming things down and simmering things down, because all it did was take a fire that was already burning and it threw kerosene on it and it added a little bit of wind, and we still have the roll call of the states.
At this point, Kendall, you're out of options. Isn't that true?
No, the roll call of the states is still an option.
All right, so
because the party needs to take ownership of what they've done in the grassroots. The party needs to own the way that we've been treated, both through the rules, both through them doing the power grab and taking the power away from the delegates, taking away the ability to vote. I mean, they took away the ability of the vote to be counted. That's what you guys all saw here. All we were saying is count the votes. That's it. Very simple request, count our votes. And they said no.
All right, thank you very much, Kendall. So, Chuck, you heard it from Kendall Unruh. It's an extraordinary process that we have seen unfold here today, and I know that Ben Ginsberg will be able to offer some clarity to us in a little bit on what Kendall is saying about the roll call of the states, if indeed the Stop Trump movement does have any other avenues to free the delegates here to become unbound and vote for whomever they want. But from my perspective, it's not looking very good.
Yeah, that's for sure, Jacob. I have to tell you, though, Minnesota, Iowa, D.C., and Maine, these are very, I can tell you, delegates that end up at the convention from those states, those are caucus states, they know what they're signing. I'm with Kendall on that one. I would find it hard to believe that they did not know what they were signing on to. Jacob, thanks very much. Let me move to Kelly O'Donnell, also on the floor. Kelly, you've been getting a lot of reaction to sort of the strong tactics that were used. What do you hear?
Well, when I've been talking to the delegates Chuck, you get different sort of reactions based on where they stand over this long election season, and some have been frustrated. This is kind of the path where they've been heading out to their buses here and talking to so many of them as they take a break now until the evening session. What I've been hearing has been an issue of those who feel that party unity should take over some of these, the difficulties. We're getting hassled here by the police, so we're just going to try and finish up what we're doing here, and then we'll get out of the way. The, hello there. So, sorry, Chuck. The sense that I'm getting is those who believe that party unity should be the biggest priority are frustrated by what they saw play out. At the same time, they are also saying it comes with it. It is part of the process. It is a way on the early part of a Monday to kind of let that sort of energy run its course and then to try to come together. So no one really surprised by what has taken place. They're a little frustrated that it may slow down the process of bringing the party together, and those, when I was in the Indiana delegation, have some concern about what it means for Governor Mike Pence, who they're very proud of course, and they don't want anything to take away from that. So it has been a day where there has been the unexpected shouting from both sides. Those who wanted to quell this, we saw the young guys from the Republican Party who were wearing the hats and trying to do some of the roundup. And okay, yes sir, okay. So I'm going to go back to you. They're asking us to leave.
Okay, the police just told her to get the fuck out the way.
Sure, so we'll let you go. We'll let Kelly go. Quickly, let me go to Leanne Caldwell. Leanne, you've been on this story for weeks. Is there what are you hearing would be the next phase of this plan?
Well, Chuck, most of what's going to happen is there's not a lot of options. What they do have left is they can walk out. And we saw the Colorado delegation already walk out. And
yo, I think she got reptilianized
later on in the process.
Holy
but people were
crap.
so angry. They were trying to reassess and figure out what could feasibly happen. The Washington delegation might walk out. The Virginia delegation is considering something in the next few days too. But for all intents and purposes, their efforts to really stop Trump are pretty much dead. Now it's just going to be
that female got reptilianized, son.
Leanne Caldwell,
What
thanks very
the
much. All right, let me
fuck?
bring in Ben Ginsburg here, counselor.
Damn. Yo, if you can go back to that and just zoom it in on that, the lady with the blonde hair, she had reptilian eyes. That is not me being freaky or,
yeah, well, I think they pulled
you know,
people over to the
weird.
side of the room or in
She had
back
fucking
rooms by
cat
the
eyes.
podium. I think what the essential argument would probably be, you're hurting Donald Trump if you do this, you're hurting the Republican Party if you do it, and by the way, if you don't pass the rules package, you're going to have another 18-hour meeting where you've got to figure out what the rules are for this convention. Do you want to pay the change fee for your airline ticket? Do you want to pay for 3 more nights in a hotel? And so the moving along the convention is probably what did the most twisting in all of this.
Well, let me ask you this. You heard Kendall Underwood talk about maybe she does something at the roll call vote.
When there was a vote, a vocal vote, and the yeas were yay and the nays were nay.
Hold Donald.
Well, this time around, it was to the potential aid and help of Ted Cruz. The last time
Look at that, the big Indian chief right there, son. That's the big Indian chief right there, baby. I'm telling you, that's an American Indian chief.
System. It's inefficient.
At the end of this, there will be a vote to make the nomination by acclamation. Right. You're going to hear a lot of people say no. You're going to hear the chairman say, the ayes have it, it's by acclamation.
Because when you go to the airport, you can now order food with a button, you know, at LaGuardia. Why can't people just punch buttons?
Full roll call vote on the floor to turn down that whole rules package because they don't like the way it came out of the committee. Here's the thing. What you just saw was a display of how together the Trump campaign and the RNC are these days, because they were successfully able to take an effort where they tried to get signatures from 9 states or so.
7 states.
Minimum of 7, but they got 9. The anti-Trump forces of the anti-Trump forces or the reformers in the party that don't like the way the rules are to try to come together and force a change, even though it was not in the cards.
Sorry for moving the camera. I'm trying to get a good, nice shot in there without any blurrage. Because you guys, if you subscribe to my channel, if you've seen, I don't like the screenshot because you can't do things like this. You know, you can't do things like that. So, hey, we're like this. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
I get a chance to speak with some of them who were making this case for this roll call vote.
That's why I don't like downloading. You know, I'd rather make my news, put it out,
what David Challian was just
and then,
that just
you know, that'd be my fucking shit. It's like Hillary went missing because she shit her pants. I put that out in the fucking news, took that. You could say he's crazy if you want, but look at when I put out the video, the time I put that fucking video out, made a talking point, was like, yo, Donald's to go say this bitch shit her pants, and he fucking did it. That shit was live, baby. It was live, man, and I put that on YouTube.
Ask you, you were behind this, was kind of a quiet effort which just exploded on the floor to try to get a vote here which would have allowed you to change the rules. From your perspective, were you doing it to stop Trump, or were you doing it to try to help a Ted Cruz or a Ted Cruz-like conservative for the next election if Donald Trump, assuming Donald Trump does not win?
Well, I will support the Republican nominee. So I have nothing against Donald Trump and will support him if he wins. But what I was trying to do is to get a roll call vote on the rules package so we could have closed primaries in the future. And that's what I felt strongly about.
And for people who might not know what that means, what you're effectively trying to do is make it so that the process by which a Republican nominee is elected through the primaries is only done by people who are registered Republicans, not independents or swing voters. And your point in that is to make sure that the nominee is a conservative, correct? Or more conservative than you believe someone like Donald Trump is?
Well, I think Republicans should choose a Republican nominee and Democrats should choose a Democrat nominee. And so the point is that we want closed primaries so that we have a nominee that represents the Republican Party.
Now, I was just talking to a Republican Party source who said that the reason they were able to quash your effort and
this is video of them trying to
said that they would go along with you.
Stop the vote and shit. That's what they keep showing over here is the vote and shit. And the people like fucking freaking the fuck out because they're about to change the fucking rules. Like right there, they're like, fuck you, fuck you. They took her job. They took her jobs. They took her jobs. Well, we want to say when we change. Hey, we matter over here. You see me? They took our jobs. America.
Name the 3 states that had
America.
That would be
America.
Everything was done in secret, and I think that's unfortunate.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And what you see here is there's a lot of talk about kind of the weeds of the process.
America.
But it is clear that the party isn't united. However, it is also important to note that the Trump campaign, working hand in glove with the Republican Party, they were able to stop this. It was a very public manner, but they were able to stop this effectively an insurrection on the floor.
There you go.
All right, Dana, stand by. We have some breaking news that we want to report. John King is with us. John, very disturbing information. What are you learning?
Oh, Lord.
On Mr. Trump's plans to come here for the convention tonight. Paul can tell you more in a minute about his plans to introduce his wife tonight. But we're told by a Secret Service source, and we now have the Trump campaign confirming that there was some sort of a motor vehicle accident involving Mr. Trump's motorcade as he was moving from New York City out to the airport to come here. We're trying to get the details, but we're told by the Trump campaign it was a staff car. Trying to get more information from the Secret Service. By all accounts, just described as a